All right, today we're going to bring a router, and this is a Wi-Fi 6 router. Now, this is capable of going 300 megabytes per second. That's really high. Now, let me show you a couple of things that you should know about the router. First of all, it has 6 antennas, and if you guys don't know about Wi-Fi 6, it extended the connection through walls a little bit better. Now, there is a little lower version of it, but of course, this is the 6, and I'm going to show you the back of it that you need to know. Now, this is the reset mesh button here. So if you want to reset the whole entire thing, you can do that. You're going to connect your main internet connection here. So if you're getting internet from your provider, they're gonna provide you one line. You plug it in here, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 connections to actually connect any devices you want. That's if you want to be tethered in. If you don't, you could do the wireless mesh with the actual 6 antennas. Now, one thing that's important is that you need to reset the password for the administrator and maybe the login account. All right, the default password is located underneath of it. They give you the password, the username, and the password, and the actual IP that you're going to require to log into the system. All right, so we're going to take a look at some of the connections, and we're going to log into the device and see what you need to know. All right, so I am going to block out a couple of IP address, but I'm just going to show you guys the basics how to log into the actual router. All right, so right now we just connected. It's changing colors right now, if you guys can see. So we're gonna log in our laptop here, and if you guys notice, there's nothing connected to it right now. We're gonna look at connection. We're gonna actually look for it, and here it is right here. There's two versions of it. If your computer is not compatible, it doesn't have 2Gs, then you're gonna have 2.4. Then you're gonna have to use the 5 hertz, all right? So right now we're gonna go into 2 hertz, all right, because it's an older machine that we have in here, and we're gonna put in the password. Now to log in is 192.168.0.1. All right, that's to go into the default. Here's the actual system. It's asking us if you want to go Chinese or English. We're going to go English, of course. All right, so we're going to log in, and here to log into the actual system, it's going to be admin. All right, just make sure you change the password. All right, we're not going to save it right now. We're going to keep it as is. And we are logged into the actual system, and it's asking us, it's giving us a lot of information up front right here. It's asking us that the router is active, the model, the version that we have, and the MAC address. All right. Now we're going to go a little bit higher. So under the internet, you could change the DNS. Right now it's dynamic, but you could change it to static. It's up to you how you want to set up your network on this. All right. Now under Wi-Fi, here's the options that you can change the actual password for the system. All right. So if you want the 5 hertz, you could have a separate bandwidth, and you're going to be able to see it. Same goes with the actual 2.4. Or if you want more advanced, you could combine them both into one and automatically connect. So, and then here, when enable 2.4, we will merge. So we're going to merge them again. Like I said, merge them together into one. So by connecting to one, that means that you're only going to have to worry about one username, one password. And we're also going to change the name too. So we're going to change this. We're going to divide it, and we're going to call it Garage. So that's where we're going to put the system. Now we are going to create a password in here. Right now, currently we have the default password, but we're going to change that later. And we're going to go ahead and save the device, and it's going to take a couple minutes. Now we're going to go and save it, and if you change it, it might kick you off if you do change the password and you have to re-log in. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to change the password. It just kicked us off right now, and it's asking us where is the wireless device, and we don't have the name no more, so we're going to have to change it. And here it is. If you guys notice, I changed it to Garage, so hit connect, and I'm going to put the password. And then what we want to do is go back into the actual settings in here. It's going to kick us off the whole entire thing probably. Hit connect. Here we are. So we changed the password, username, and password. Now let's take a look at the mesh. In the mesh, this is going to gather all the devices that are connected to it to actually work together. So if you could bridge this with another device, you can do that. That means that you don't have to have an Ethernet connection. The signal comes out of there, and they could have the same settings as this machine. So you could have one machine provide the settings for the multiple machines. All right. Now let's go to settings. Under settings, you're going to get an upgrade version, config, factory reset, and password and LAN settings. All right. That's pretty much what it is. If you go to advanced, it's more changes for if you have a VPN, or if you have a static IP, or you have multiple cameras that require the different IP addresses. There's always a conflict on that, on all that stuff. Just make sure you're aware. And this is more advanced, but out of the box, you don't have to do anything but just turn it on and plug it in. Now, recommendation when you do that, make sure you change the password of the admin and the username, all right? And also create your own account if you want to go in there and set up your own personal name and your own personal password. You could create guest accounts and other things. So one important thing when you want to come in here, go to the settings and go to the upgrade, all right? That's very important. Under upgrade, you will have to find out if you have the latest firmware. Recommendation, look for it under the support line and actually find out if you do have the latest firmware. If not, download and install it through here. Very simple. Out of the box, it's a really simple device to work with. I hope you guys enjoy the video.